go up, 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 up. No.
Okay, so day 3. So I had my kebab last night. It was fantastic, and yeah, tons of vegetables. That was really good. I did have lamb shish with chicken. Didn't eat the chicken, couldn't finish it. Ate all the vegetables, ate all the lamb, which was really, really nice. And then I treated myself to a couple of peanut M&Ms, which was, honestly, they tasted probably the best they ever had. Extremely creamy and sweet and everything else. Because obviously your palate changes a little bit and you're a little bit more sensitive to it, along with your insulin sensitivity. So that was really good. And yeah, so I felt pretty awful yesterday. Maybe a couple of hours before my meal while I was training people, and anticipation for the food. And I don't know if it's psychological or not, but when it came close to the time that I could eat the food, I was even at the point where I was considering not even having it. The only reason I did continue to go ahead with the meal was pretty much because I want to do this as an experiment. And the odd thing as well, psychologically, I felt like I was cheating as soon as I had that meal, and that I'd failed in some way, which was pretty strange, because this is what I planned out to do in the first place. I almost considered just going the full 7 days because I've got 2 in the bank, but because of the fact that I thought, well, yeah, fine, that seems like you're probably going to do the 7 days then, so anything I do right now is only going to be a bonus for it. My stomach has flattened out considerably, puffed up a little bit after the meal obviously, but then by this morning it has flattened down again. Water consumption has been extremely high, 3 to 4 litres a day. Managed to finish 2 litres by about 11 AM yesterday, which was kind of crazy. And yeah, generally sort of feeling pretty good. The inflammation in my back has reduced. Again, could be correlation, could be causation. Maybe it would have healed by this point anyway, to the extent that it has, but it feels a lot better. My intestines are a lot more comfortable. I had a little bit of trouble literally just after eating the meal, where I felt like it unsettled my stomach a little bit, and I don't think just due to the fact that I was fasting. Some people who have IBS and things like that, they know what I'm talking about. They'll eat something and then they go straight to the toilet. So that happened, not terribly, just a little bit. All in all though, feeling great today. I haven't eaten anything. I don't feel like I need to. This feels like day 1 again, where it was just pretty easy. So now I'm going to anticipate tomorrow that I'm going to find it very difficult. Not tomorrow. The day after, I'm going to find it very difficult when it hits sort of maybe like early evening. That's going to be pretty difficult. But I did get this sense of euphoria, which I thought was really important. And I just crossed over to that. And that's one of the reasons why I was considering not even having that meal, because I hit this euphoric point, and then this is where ketosis is happening. This is where my body is now using my fat storage for energy, and you're a lot more balanced, rather than something you eat giving you the energy as and then, you know, over an amount of time due to digestion and so on and forth. You've already got that storage and it's completely balanced, it's feeding it to you, and I felt really, really good. So I'm looking forward to getting over that hump again, because in all honesty that it was pretty miserable for about 2 hours yesterday. Not even the hunger or anything like that, just how I felt in myself, a little bit lightheaded to an extent when I was actually at the gym. But today, because I had that meal last night, my glycogen stores have been given a little boost, which was partly to do with the M&Ms. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a workout today. It's just going to be a pull workout. This time I'm going to video a little bit of it. It's not going to be too intense. It's going to be quick. It's not going to be what you'd consider a hard workout. It's just to kind of keep that muscle from have its purpose, so that it doesn't have any reason to atrophy. So yeah, I'll give you an update on the way to the gym more than likely. If I don't, well, you know, yeah, I didn't have time. But other than that, I'll be videoing a little bit of the workout today, and I'll update you how I feel. If anything happens, if I suddenly get huge hunger pangs, if I feel a little bit lightheaded today because of the fact that I only had the one meal, and that way you can know what to expect. I'm going to weigh myself again. All of that's going to be in the information. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out. See you soon. Okay, so on the way to work, aka the gym, and yeah, I feel pretty good today. It's not particularly hard. I thought I'd just update you guys. It does seem to be acting like the first day again. So even though I've had just the one meal, yeah, it seems to have reset everything in a way that I'm not really feeling that bad. So hopefully that continues, and yeah, if it was anything like yesterday before I had my meal, then it probably won't get too bad until maybe in a couple of hours from now, but well, we'll see, and I'll let you guys know. Okay, well, I'll see you in the next one. Right, so I've just got back from the gym, did a workout, wasn't a massive long one. I've got some footage for you. Really all I did was some machine rows, quite heavy, and some pull downs with an inside grip, again medium kind of weight, and all it is really is just get my muscles moving. I don't want to tax things, I don't want to start going into a catabolic state, or at least I don't want to make my catabolic state particularly worse with the fact that I've got no calories really in my body at the moment. So that was good, but yeah, and I felt fine. Nothing, I didn't get any head rushes or anything like that. I didn't feel weak, but it kind of made me think at the same time, as something I wanted to talk to you about is that having in the past been addicted to certain substances and things like that, I can actually see a parallel of where this could become addictive, and it's given me quite an insight now to what anorexia, you know, might possibly be like. Because if you've got the type of personality that always wants to push things harder, which is very similar with someone who's lifting weights, you know, trying to pack in the calories and pack on muscle, then I can see that you might be prone, when it comes to something like this, to just keep pushing the envelope constantly. So I think it's something definitely that it's very beneficial, you know, in a lot of ways. For my well-being, I feel like it has been, but I don't recommend this for somebody who has addictions, or, you know, necessarily a past of addictions. Personally, myself, I don't see it to be too much of a problem, because I have an addiction still, but it's the gym, you know, and I think this could be possibly a negative thing for people who have in the past had addictions, and I wouldn't like people to get led into anorexia. So I just thought that was an interesting thing to point out. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one.